I'm Darryl Wilson. I live in Cobb County, East Cobb. I'm running for the State House seat for District 45, State House Representative formerly held by Matt Dollar, who resigned on February 1st, which caused a special election. Governor sent for April 5th. And why I'm running is because the seat, the position has to be filled in a special election. It's not the normal transition. Someone has to hold that seat. And I put in a lot of time and effort in the GOP from Cobb County to the 6th Congressional District. And I think I can help the state and help our community and represent our district in the issues between now and the end of the session. So what could that be? I have a master's degree from Kennesaw State University in conflict management. And I think this is going to be one of the most contentious elections, midterms that we've ever seen. And those skills will be invaluable down at the state capitol. People often ask the question, what makes you conservative? And, part of that is my upbringing. I was born in Anchorage, Alaska, in an ice cube, tub of ice cubes, and moved all around the country from California to high school in Florida, lived in the Philippines, and I've started to grow an affinity for the United States of America. Not just one state, not just one community, but the entire country. My father served in the Air Force, obviously, from Alaska to Florida. And I grew up with my hand over my heart saying the Pledge of Allegiance and understanding the importance of the Constitution by watching my father and watching his friends and those people that served with him go out there and defend our country. What makes us great? I myself went to the military, became a Navy pilot and a naval officer and served. And like my father, moved all around and served across the seas and the Atlantic and got to meet more people from their various parts of our country who talked about their upbringings and what was important to them. And I understood that the individual freedom that we are granted by our founders, that we are entitled to, that's inalienable to every citizen, is so important. And freedom is so important, not only just for us in America, but for the world. We're the example for the world. And that is part of what makes me conservative, that core feeling of duty, honor, and country. Priorities of being elected are to represent the people, obviously, but we have some big issues that everybody's familiar with. One is election integrity. We want to make sure that in order to have self-determination, which is key to our free society, you got to have a vote that's where everyone's vote is counted, but only counted once and counted fairly, and people are treated equally in that process. My son, in fact, was on, I don't think he'll mind me saying, was on the Cobb County elections, and he said that he's always advocated for more investigations because it's something you just have to get it right. He, as a Marine, understands that, and I, as his father, a Navy veteran and son of an Air Force veteran, I understand that. We have to get that right. Self-determination is important. Freedom is important. I myself took upon myself to go down to the state capitol when the House Bill 531 and Senate Bill 202 was being worked on, and met with Matt Dollar, our former representative, and worked on part of that bill, largely through input from the community and some of the organizations, nonprofit organizations that I work with. And we were able to get part of that bill changed. And unfortunately, our president, Joe Biden, decided that he would comment and say that people couldn't have food and water in line. And that's exactly the bill part that we had changed. And that part came from the Black community and where my fraternity is. So to say that, and down at the state capitol, for them to say that they didn't have any input from the Black community, this is not our bill, this is a racist bill, is absolutely wrong, because we changed that bill directly through input from my community, through me, through my representative, through the committee, to make legislation happen. And that's how things change. And people need to understand that's how you get your input in. It's not just protesting in the street. It's not just rioting. You got to be a part of the process. You have to understand the process. And so part of what I will do is to bring that issue forward, helping people understand the process, understand what is really going on with election integrity, and that it's not a racist act at all. And if you've been around for a while, like I have, you understand each thing that has been put into the bill and why it was there. So that's a major issue, is election integrity is one. And also, what can we do to support our young and old men and women who are over there, serving? We just heard about what Putin's doing over in Russia. I'm not sure how many of our neighbors and friends are serving in Eastern Europe right now from Georgia. That's something I'll definitely find out and make sure that they are getting the support that they need in whatever way that we can provide that from our state level. These are things that happen, ongoing things that are happening in our community that our state can support and be proud of. And I certainly will do that as your representative if you elect me. The other issues that'll come up are, education, school choice. I'm all about school choice. And people should have a quality education in our state, and that's always an issue. And so at our local level, we've had a lot of, dysfunctional school board meetings because people want to raise issues that aren't targeted towards the student-teacher relationship. My daughter is a school teacher. My wife is a substitute school teacher. And so we are familiar with what's going on in that school, and they need that support. So the school board works with the state, in trying to make sure that everyone gets a quality education. That's part of the issues. There are a couple others, criminal justice reform. We want to keep our taxes low, obviously, while we grow, as Atlanta and Georgia grows. We want to maintain the character of our communities and keep that taxation low. And so, working with other people at the state will be, if that opportunity comes available, will be something I'd be happy and, something I need to do to represent my community, because I know where we live, that's what's important. Yeah, I want to, first of all, thank Donna and the folks, the Cobb GOP, for this great opportunity to show and share our story. And I think that's more of what we need to do throughout America, whether you're a Republican or Democrat. If you're American, share your story. What does America mean to you? What's important for you to be American? Because if we don't know, if we don't embrace those values that are critical, the things that we fight for, that I know people are out there right now fighting for, then we'll lose them. And you won't know it until they're already gone. So I'm voting. I'm voting for myself. No, I'm running for House District 45 in the special election. Early voting is March 14th through April 1st. You can do advanced voting in person. You can pick up a ballot starting March 7th is when they start sending out absentee ballots. And you have to have applied for an absentee ballot by March 25th. Saturday voting, March 19th and March 26th. So you can vote on Saturdays if you need to as well. So I think part of getting the vote out is getting information, and I want everyone to know those dates and be familiar with them. And when you do cast your ballot, please cast your ballot and your vote for Darryl Wilson, special election, House District 45. And if you want to get in touch with my campaign, you can go to wilsonfor45.com. That's WILSONFOR, the number 4 and 5, wilsonfor45.com. And leave a message there. Appreciate it. Or you can call me personally. I know, don't give out your phone number, but my phone number is everywhere. 678-382-4914. It's best if you text because I'm usually here or there, and I can answer text a lot quicker than voice. But if I'm available, I'll pick up. Thanks. So I appreciate your support. Vote Darryl Wilson, House District 45, a Republican, friend, neighbor, veteran, family, father of 4. Thank you.